Hello. Hey, Eddie. I saw you come in. First one in.
That's right. All right. Yes. Welcome in, everyone. Thank you for stopping by this evening.
Yep, on this Thanksgiving Eve.
Yes. Thanksgiving Eve.
What is everybody cooking tomorrow? Or not cooking tomorrow?
Right. It all depends.
Yeah. For us, we're doing Cracker Barrel and some of our favorite sides.
Yep. Seems to be the new norm over the last couple of years, but you guys are not here about that.
No.
We're all here to chat a little bit about the cruise industry.
Yep. So we're keeping it simple tonight because, everybody's probably busy doing last minute stuff for tomorrow. So we thought we'd talk a little bit about the best time to cruise for certain destinations.
Yep. We figured to bring that up since it's also one of the good times to book a cruise, for next year, because we are in, Black Friday and then Cyber Monday. And what is it? Travel Tuesday.
Yeah. So
we're kind of in that timeline on being able to start prepping and booking for next year. So, yeah, we thought that this would be kind of a good topic here to have a little bit of chat about, like, where are the good places to go and what time of the year is a most ideal time to go to those.
Right. So obviously we can start with winter since it's almost winter.
Yep.
The best time to cruise, or the destination's the best to cruise right now, is obviously the warmer, countries, which is the Caribbean.
Yep. Caribbean, during the winter, that's one of the number one. And we're talking like Eastern, Western, Southern. I know some people kind of lump the Bahamas into that, but really Bahamas are going to be same temperament as the Keys and as Miami. So, there are going to be some of those times in December, January, early February where it's still going to be pretty chilly.
Yeah, you're definitely not going to be going to. Hello, cruise nuts. Welcome in.
Yeah, welcome in, Mike.
Yeah, we definitely have been in the Caribbean and not swim in the ocean because it was too cold.
Yeah. That was actually Bahamas. It was one of ours that we went to, and it was like, it's too chilly. But Caribbean is kind of an all year, so definitely something to look at for the winter. Another place is actually Southeast Asia. So if you're looking at doing one of them fancy European kind of cruises over there. But the reason why Southeast Asia is good is it's, more of a dry season there. And the weather is actually a little bit warmer, different, temperament in that area. So Southeast Asia is a good one. And then Antarctica. This is really the only time of year, if you're looking to go there, that would even be possible to get there without one of those ice-breaking ships.
It's because it's summer down there.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool to go to Antarctica, I think. I don't know what you could really do except see, wildlife and
that's pretty much what you'd be doing.
Yeah, exactly. It's
not
like you're going to go do a a belly flop contest or something.
Polar bear plunge.
Yeah, you could.
With a lot of tequila afterwards.
Yeah.
But I guess before we get too far into it as well, our question of the day is also, basically, what time of year do you like to cruise? So as you're in here, take a look at that. And, go ahead and put your vote in on what time of year you typically find yourself cruising.
What's the options?
It's the 4 seasons.
Oh.
So winter.
What about?
Hurricane season for us, cheapest.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's on our topic to discuss as well.
Yeah.
The cheapest time to cruise also, and all that stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, so winter, like we said, and by winter, we mean basically December through February. So Caribbean is one of the more popular places to go.
Well, also Bahamas is actually really cheap to go to as well. Mm-hmm. It's one of the cheapest cruises and the shortest cruises you can book.
Yeah.
January for your birthday, then fall.
There you go. I like it.
Yeah, I think the cheapest cruise rates I've seen is like immediately after New Year's, like
Yeah.
first part of January into pretty much all of January, really.
Mm-hmm.
That's the cheapest time you can book a cruise, really, because I mean,
Yeah.
it's cold.
It's gonna be cold. It's gonna be cold. But again, we've done the Caribbean, Eastern, Western, and Southern all in the winter. That's usually where we go, and most of the
The
places we
water's usually
go,
rougher though.
yeah, little rougher, but still, it's not super cold to get in and swim. If you're big into swimming, and that's kind of what you want to do, um, that would definitely be the time to go for sure, for sure. So as we move up, you got spring, and spring we're talking kind of like March to May.
But you want to be cautious in March because
Yeah.
of obviously you got the spring breakers that you have to deal with and all the families and stuff like that. Usually
Yeah.
the prices start spiking in March a little bit.
Yep, they do. They do. Again, Caribbean is another big one. Caribbean and Bahamas at this time because we're now starting to get into that nicer weather. But like Mel said, when you look at type of cruises, be cognizant like the spring break era. You'll probably end up with a lot of different costs and it's going to be more expensive during the spring breakers because they know supply and demand, kids are out of school. So you're looking at that. Also, starting in that springtime is Mediterranean starts to become more popular cruises during the springtime. Uh, and then you can't talk about the spring without talking about the very, very tail of that window being the very beginning of Alaskan cruising season.
Right, yeah, because obviously with Alaska cruises you have to wait for the warmer weather.
Mm-hmm.
So I think April is pushing it, and I think May is really the beginning of the season.
Yeah. It's and really, depending on when you want to see it, wildlife is going to be most active in that early spring. So late May, um, early June. And we missed it by a week. If we didn't have that cold front that lasted an extra week, because we had friends that went on the cruise the week after us, and they saw just tons of wildlife where we got to see a bunch of snow, which we haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah, that was actually cool. So, I mean, I don't regret the time we were there.
No, definitely not.
But
definitely not.
yeah, definitely. If you want to make sure you catch the wildlife, you're the early to mid, especially if you want to see the bears. You want to wait till the salmon run, which is you need the water flowing really well, and
late June and the month of July. That would be the best time
to see the bears
and the salmon run.
Yeah, but it's also peak season, so
Yeah.
you're going to be paying a premium on that.
Yep. So with that being said, we know Jeremy will never cruise Alaska at the end of June or beginning of July. So if you're watching, we know you don't like bears. But like we said before, we've talked about in your morning show, you can still get in a boat and go back past them on the ground, but still be in a boat further away from them.
What's wrong with bears? They're cute.
Well, I know. We like bears. They're cuddly.
Yeah.
With their grizzly bearishness and all of that.
I wasn't talking about the grizzly bears. I want to see the baby bears. But still speaking of Alaska, you can only go up there during May through October.
Yeah.
So
early October, I think, is the last run.
They basically, some of those ships, they trade off itineraries. So they'll either flip between, I guess, Australia or Hawaii or something like that, and New Zealand, and they'll flip that ship back and forth 6 months, usually.
Yep. So definitely something to keep in mind when you're going there. Then we get into the prime cruising season as designated by the extra zero that gets at the end of every, price. And that is the summer season. So that's where things get crazy.
Yeah. I mean, but that's also you can go anywhere. You can go to
Mhm.
Alaska. You can go to Hawaii. You can go to
Yep.
Caribbean. You can do your European cruises and
Yep, that's the peak actually of river cruising is kind of in that summer flow. But yeah, you're going everywhere. The one thing to keep in mind is if you are going to do a Southern or a Caribbean during the summer, um, remember that temperament is still going to be there. So it's still going to be warm and in some cases a lot hotter than
oh yeah,
normal. Although weather is kind of normalized throughout most of the year, you're still going to get those situations where it's just blasted hot.
oh yeah, like being in Aruba and it's
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
baking.
you're baking. You're baking. But yeah, a peak season for Alaska, especially if you're looking for long days. I think when we were there in the late May, we still had sunlight until what, 10:30, 11 o'clock?
Yeah, it was almost to 11.
So if you're there in the midsummer, now you're talking probably 1 or 2 in the morning.
Yeah,
And depending on if you're doing the north-south further up than we did a closed loop from Washington. So we just made it to Juneau and back. We didn't continue to go up to Anchorage or anything like that. But summer's definitely going to be a lot of light for you there.
yes. But if you do go later in the season, like September, October, you're going to get the shorter days, but you're also going to get the northern lights.
Yes.
Or the possibility of northern lights.
Possibility.
Yes. So
as long as the weather cooperates with you, because we actually, when we were in Juneau in May, we had a 66% chance. I think it was a 66% chance to see the northern lights, but it was overcast when it finally got dark. So.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah. So I think next time we go to Alaska, I want to go in the season.
Yeah, I agree. So continuing, with the European and their Northern Europe itinerary. So again, that's when we're talking about doing the British Isles. You're talking about a lot of the Norway trips up through the straits and the fjords up there, Scandinavia. So all of those European/Mediterranean seem to kick off during that kind of late spring through the summer and very, very early fall, but it's not a very big season as well over there. So, whoop, whoop, Scott's in! Scott!
Hello!
So,
yeah, so tonight we're just talking about best time to visit certain destinations, the best time to cruise certain times.
Yep.
What about Hawaii? We haven't done a lot of research on Hawaii.
No, we haven't, but there's someone in the chat who might know a little something about Hawaii.
That's why I just thought about it. The best time to cruise Hawaii. Yeah. So, according to the textbook answer is from April to June and September to mid-December.
Yeah.
Which has pleasant weather and fewer crowds. So that's the textbook answer.
That's the textbook answer.
Yes. But from what I can tell, either you're going to be flying, the cruises for Hawaii are going to be longer, unless you fly straight to Hawaii. Then they're going to be your typical 7 days. But if you leave from from California, for example, you're going to be easily a 10-day cruise because it takes 2 to 3 days to get there, I believe.
Yeah, Scott, how many days, if you can, you had what, 4 sea days to get from California to Hawaii, or was it more than 4? So hopefully he can put it in there. But I definitely know if you're coming from stateside, you get a lot of sea days back to back as you're chugging across the water to get over there.
Yeah, so I mean it's
4 days.
Yeah, I remember it being at least 3 or so.
Yeah.
And I know sometimes he gets bored with the sea days.
But I remember watching some of Scott's info in there, which he said they do have a lot of cool things that help fill up that time, like ukulele lessons, and there's like multiple ones on the day, so you can actually practice your fling-a-ding-a, fling-a-ding-a, fling-a-ding-a-ding-a. You know?
How'd that go again?
It went fling-a-ding-a, fling-a-ding-a, fling-a-ding-a-ding-a.
Okay. Anyway.
Oh, and not including embarkation day. Okay, so technically 5 days if you consider the day you leave and then 4 additional days at sea to get over there.
So how many islands did you visit, Scott, with Hawaii? I mean, how many different islands? So, because I really haven't done much research for Hawaii, and that's on my list to do.
Yeah, it's definitely, because we would want to go to the Big Island. We'd want to go to Maui for sure. Yeah, I'd want to do a luau. So I'm sure they've got some excursions that set up.
Yeah, you said 4 islands.
So
yeah,
here we go.
Islands.
Yeah, 4 islands.
But anyway, moving on from Hawaii, and we'll do more research on Hawaii. But
that'll be another topic as we get closer to actually, hopefully, booking a Hawaii cruise at some point.
Yeah. Mediterranean is actually on my list to book as well one time. And obviously you have to count for flying over and all that stuff.
Yeah. There it is. So it was Maui, Honolulu, Big Island, Kona, and Kauai.
Nice.
Kauai,
Okay.
I can't pronounce those stuff. But anyway, okay, so last season, and then we'll deviate and dive a little deeper into some specifics. Fall. So fall is a really cool time of year, too. Number one, cheapest for Caribbean because of hurricane
season.
So if you don't care which islands you go to, you just want to get on a ship, and you're okay if you miss it because, again, you just want to be on a ship.
Then, book around September 11th, 10th, or something like that, and you'll be definitely guaranteed a hurricane.
Yep.
And reroute it.
So, but we have done that a couple of times. And actually, we've missed a port or two. We've had a port switched on us. We almost had an entire itinerary switch.
I thought we did have an itinerary switch where we went from Western to Eastern.
It did, but remember, we were in line, and then when we got on the ship, they again announced it and said, hey, they've done an update on the track, and we are going to still be able to go on our original itinerary. Because we were getting ready to get on the phones to make all the calls to cancel our third-party excursions. So, but anyway, so fall is good for the Caribbean if you are okay with, again, being up in the air on whether or not you're going to make it to the scheduled ports or not.
Right.
And
trust us, they're not going to put that ship in harm's way.
No.
Yeah, no. They're going to, for example, my parents, they got caught. They were rushing back to a port, and the hurricane was going towards that port, and they could not beat the hurricane there, so they actually had to do a 180, and they actually were out to sea for an extra 3 days, I think.
Yeah. Because
the port was closed.
Yeah. And no, Scott, I'm not going to try to say that. I don't know.
Just say
But yeah, Mike is right. Yeah, the cruise lines, they do have great deals going on. A bunch of sailings over the next week or so. So I know Mel and I are going to be eyeballing some stuff here. For next year.
We're trying to figure out what to book for next year because we like to book so far in advance so we can get the early savers.
Yep. But the other thing is when it comes to fall, again, we talked about Mediterranean during like the spring, but also fall is a good time for the Mediterranean. Weather's nice. Prices are a little bit better. Crowds are a little bit better in the fall. Also, if you're big into nature, then a New England cruise in the fall is great. When you go out of Boston, get your khakis. Now, was I talking about my car keys or was I talking about my khakis, like khaki pants?
Yeah. Boston.
Yeah. Water.
Yeah.
And draw.
Draw.
That's what they say.
That's what
anyway.
CJ says.
So yeah, when you want to go up there, you head to Halifax, Canada, see all that fall foliage changing. So that is really good. Fall is really good for that northeastern states.
Yeah, khakis.
So khakis. Absolutely.
Yeah. So for northern Europe, they're talking about May and late September. The weather is cooler and there's fewer crowds, but I know I'm jumping around. Sorry.
That's okay.
Because I've been looking at northern Europe I want to try to see the northern lights. So I've been looking at stuff like that.
Yep. I know CJ and Christine are still, at least as of right now, they still have the 2-week northern cruise booked for next year. So If everything still goes as planned, then hopefully they'll get us some good info and some video that we can share with everybody.
Right. But yeah, so yeah, that's the 4 seasons we just did.
Yep, that is the 4 seasons.
But so where does everybody else thinking about going as far as destinations and stuff besides the Caribbean? We've been there so many times.
Yeah, toss in the chat some of your I want to do this or I have done this and brag on yourself. Why, Scott? So,
because help us narrow down what we're trying to figure out.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out. I want to try to do something next year for my 50th. Or wait,
that's not next year.
That's not next year. Sorry, that's 26.
Yeah.
Oh, but we're thinking about trying to hop on the Booze Cruise 4.0. Ooh, yes. That's a good one, Mike. Bora Bora. Heck yeah.
Yeah, that'll be dream come true.
Right?
Yeah.
But I know next year, right now, we only have one cruise currently planned, which we're going to be going to Celebration Key. Basically, it's the ABCs, but we're not going to Curacao. They've replaced Curacao with Celebration Key, as long as it still opens on time.
Still, technically, it's still ABC, still starts with C.
Yeah, technically.
Just not the same C.
So we're on the Vista, which is leaving on July 12th? July 11th? Wait, one.
July something. Japan and or Spain. Yeah, I looked at maybe doing the Spain one because that's a big port. What is that port called over there in Spain? I forgot.
What, Barcelona?
Barcelona.
Yeah. July 12th. Yeah, July 12th, 2025, Carnival Vista.
Yeah. Hopefully it's fixed by then.
Yeah, right?
Or if you...
Yes, 4.0, the Viva, October 2026. I think Mel and I are seriously considering that one.
Yeah. The only thing is I had another cruise I was eyeballing. It was a Eclipse cruise, but it's sold out, and I'm trying to see if they're going to open up another cruise, which I think will be pretty cool. But it will be let's see, I have it on the board up there.
I don't think you have it on the board.
I did have
you
it.
Have oh wait, yeah, it was the Carnival Legend,
and they sold out, I think.
And they sold out, and then the Princess sold out too. But it was supposed to go to Paris, St. Petersburg, Spain, Portugal, France, Istanbul, back to London. 11-day.
Yeah.
But that's all sold out now. We can't believe how fast it sold out.
Yeah, it was going to be in the total eclipse. But I thought one of the Princess ships, they did another sailing with the look.
We have to look, but I think that one sold out too.
And I know a few TAs in Tampa if you need help booking, okay?
Yeah. Here, let me call my travel agent. Melinda, can you book me a cruise?
Ryan?
Yeah.
Book me a cruise?
Oh, okay. I'll book you one too.
Okay.
Yeah, so if anybody needs a TA, Mel and I are both travel agents affiliated with Expedia now. So we do have some really cool deals through them that we're able to leverage now.
Wait, what?
Ooh, wait, who? Ooh, Mr. Huggy Bear. Oh, man.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, and Eddie's saying come to
NC. I've heard you, Eddie. That's why, again, and it's far enough out to where it's something we can actually plan at this point as well. So I'm pretty sure at the very least we're going to more than likely throw a deposit. Serious conversation about trying to get that book.
The problem is we also have a wedding to pay for in 2026.
Yeah, we got that.
Which we could have took a world cruise on as much as it cost. Jesus.
So, yep, my daughter's getting married.
Yeah, I tried to convince her to get married on a cruise ship, but did not fly. We could have booked it and booked all the guests and everything.
It would have been awesome, but she didn't want it.
She didn't want to do that. She's like, I'm not getting married on a cruise ship.
I know, right? But anyway, so next year we've got that. And then we're toying with the idea of a Thanksgiving cruise next year of some kind to go with Melinda's parents because we haven't been cruising with them.
Yeah, and we might open that up to everybody and say it's a Friendsgiving cruise.
Yeah, Friendsgiving It's a non-group group cruise.
Yes. So we're thinking about doing that. Instead of running around trying to spend, several $100s on food and trying to cook and do all that, I'd rather just
spend a couple of $100 on a cruise.
Exactly.
Because surprisingly, the ones that we're looking at were not very expensive.
Yeah, it was like $1,000 a person, maybe.
Yeah, it's like for a 7-day though, over a holiday, which is not bad.
Right.
Not bad at all.
I like taking cruises during the holidays. It takes the stress out.
Yeah. We actually we've done 2 major holidays. We actually did a New Year's cruise. And again, that was a exotic Southern Caribbean. Again, best time to cruise. That exotic Southern during the winter. And that was on the Grandeur. Barbados, Virgin Gorda, Tortola.
Yeah, it was a 9-day cruise.
A couple other places. I'm trying to remember where else we went. I know we ended up getting bumped because one of the propulsion systems was acting up on another ship, and they had to change the port of call we were going to.
Oh, I know, I was so mad.
Yeah, because we wanted to go. It was the place that had the volcanic mud baths and all of that. St. Lucia. And we ended up going to Fort de France.
Yeah, whatever.
I think we ended up doing like a distillery rum tour or something like that.
Yeah, which was still cool, but I'd rather go see the Tetons.
Yeah, the Tetons, but that's Hawaii, actually.
Yeah, but it's the same concept.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see, though.
Yep.
So, yeah.
And then we did another one that we actually came back Christmas Eve. So technically it wasn't on Christmas Day, but we did a cruise the week before Christmas, and we got home on Christmas Eve. But it was still decked out, and they still had a lot of.
I'd rather have a cruise than Christmas presents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's me.
Yep, that might be Christmas presents is another cruise.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, so like we said, I'm trying to figure out what everybody else is doing in the 20, 25, 26. So we start making our plans, because it'd be nice. It's always nice to cruise with other people, other friends, people who have like minds and stuff. So,
yep. All right, so I'm going to close out the poll here.
Oh yeah,
let's see where we. We're almost at time, so let's see where we are. All right, so we had 40% say that they like to book during the winter, and then you've got 20% in the spring, 20 in summer, and 20 in fall.
Yeah.
So, winter time for the win.
I vote for rainy season.
Yeah, right. I'm on a cruise ship season.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, we want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. And just wishing your family the best. And from our family to your family, we just wish you guys, a safe holiday, fun holiday, and just make sure you enjoy your families, because you never know how long these people are on Earth. So you just gotta, you know what I mean?
Yep. Just spend time with them. Be thankful. That's what Thanksgiving's all about.
Be thankful, and then go out to Black Friday. No.
Yep. Then go out and shop on Black Friday.
Exactly.
But anyway, you guys, again, thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving tomorrow. And just keep on watching. We'll be back next week with another PKAT Chat. And also next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, we actually are doing a panel with Traveling with Tinkerbell, where we're going to talk more depth about the Utopia. We're going to get Tinkerbell's views on what she liked about it. Mel and I are going to chime in on what we liked about it. So it should be a really fun time to delve deep into Royal Caribbean's newest ship. So,
with that being said, you want to do a live Wednesday too, or no?
We'll probably still have our normal live Wednesday as well.
All right.
So
we'll see you guys next Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yep, we will. So thanks again for stopping by. Have a great day.
Good night.